Today we're going to be doing a little review of the half-inch drive QUINN digital torque wrench from Harbor Freight. Get right into it. So this half-inch drive torque wrench, it's accurate for clockwise plus or minus 3%, and then counterclockwise, so for the reverse threaded bolts, it's plus or minus 4%. Now this one goes from 12.5 foot-pounds to 250 foot-pounds. So you've got a wide range of torque application with this. And the way I like to turn this on, especially if I'm going to be using this for torque angle, because this does do angle, which is a very nice feature. What I do, especially if I'm going to be doing the angle, and I found out, because I've actually used this thing on 2 different engines, replacing both bank 1 and bank 2 head gaskets and the head bolts and everything. I've used this. I turn it on first, so I wait for the zeros to go away. So I'm on foot-pounds right now. So I'm going to go to the F1 or FN, which is function. And it's on 12.5 foot-pounds, because you always want to store it at the lowest torque setting, especially the mechanical torque wrenches. You always want to store those at their lowest setting, because once it's at the lowest setting, it doesn't have all the spring pressure on the mechanism on the inside. So always store it at its lowest setting. So we're going to go function. And now it's at degrees right now, so it's calibrating, and look how quick that was. So if you try to do that without taking it, or with taking it out of the case first, it's going to sit there and then it's going to give you an error. I found this out quite a bit with the 3/8 drive one, because I actually have the 3/8 drive digital torque wrench. It's the same exact thing as this, except half-inch drive. So if you're holding it and it's tilted in any other way, or if it's moving at all, it's going to sit there and load and load and load, and then eventually it'll give you an error code, and then you'll have to take the batteries out to reset it, put the batteries back in, and then try to do it again. So I always turn it on before I take it out of the case. So let's get off of angle. So you can do Newton meters, inch pounds, foot pounds, and I guess that's kilograms. I'm not really quite sure what that is. And then obviously degree. Now, like I said, I've used this on 2 different engines. Like I said, bank 1 and bank 2. So both the head bolts on both the heads. I've used this torque wrench. Haven't had any issues with them. So far, I'm really impressed with this torque wrench, especially the 3/8, because it's the same design. I'll actually go and grab it real quick. So this is the 3/8. Comes in almost the same case, just smaller. It's got the same design and everything. It's got QUINN. It's got the cam over locks for the case. It's just a lot smaller. It's the same exact design, except this one's got a lot more leverage because of the length. Now, this does have a 72 teeth ratcheting head on it. So it's not quite as much as, some other high-end torque wrenches, but this one will run you about $180 before tax. Like I said, you can get these at Harbor Freight. So far, I've got nothing bad to say about it, besides the fact, which, I mean, it is what it is, but the fact that you've got to remember, so like if you're in a hurry, which, usually we all are with working on our cars and stuff, but if you don't remember to turn it on, especially when you're going to do angle with these, if you don't remember to turn it on, then you're holding it in your hand and you're hurrying to the car to go work on it, torque something down, whether it's a wheel studs or head studs. You go and flip that thing to, here, I'll even show you right now. Oh, it just turned off. So this automatically turns off after, I think it's like 2 minutes of inactivity. So this off button actually doesn't turn it off. It actually just resets it. See, it just resets it. I would do that every time you torque anything down. So let's say you're torquing something to 30 foot-pounds. Torque it. Press the power button. It resets it. That's just something I do. I don't know if it's required, but I do it every time, just to make sure it's still calibrated correctly from going from one bolt to another. But so we're at 12.5 foot-pounds right now. So I'm going to go to the function, and I'm holding it in my hand. And I'm going to hold it steady. We're going to go to degrees. So there's that code. It's error 4. So if you do get that code and you're going to do angle on this torque wrench, and you go to turn it on, you're holding it, and then it's just sitting there loading and loading and loading, and then you get error 4. There's nothing wrong with the torque wrench. You just need to, before you take it and put it to angle, you need to turn it on while it's in the case or on your bench somewhere without moving it. It needs to be level and it can't be moving. So that's why whenever you set it to the angle, it's calibrating itself. Not really sure how else to explain it, but it can't be moving and it has to be, pretty level. Obviously it doesn't have to be perfectly level, but it just needs to be on a bench, not moving, or else you get error 4 code. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the batteries out on this to reset it. So to access the batteries, you need a flathead screwdriver. Just come to the bottom. And you're going to push in, twist counterclockwise. This little black button is going to pop out. And then there's 2 AA batteries in here. And to put it back in, just reverse order. See, there's little markings right here. So I want to line it up with the solid one. Or I'm sorry, the hollow one. And then while you're holding that in, just twist it. Not too hard. Just get this slot lined up with the solid holes on the end of the handle. You can either take the batteries out to reset it if you're in a hurry, or you can just wait for I think it's like 2 minutes of inactivity for it to shut off. And then you can put it back in the case or on your bench, turn it back on, and then it should clear itself. So like I said, there's nothing wrong with it if it does that. I thought there was something wrong with it when it did that because it kept doing it to me. I was torquing down connecting rod bolts on the 5.43 valve we were rebuilding. And I was actually using the 3/8 drive digital torque wrench. And I needed to do like 30 degrees, something like that. And I was under there trying to set it to angle, and it kept doing that to me. I found out that's why you gotta either have it on your case or on the bench. But yeah, and then just going over the case and everything, it does come in a pretty heavy duty case. It's got actual hinges on it. It's not like that plastic folding cases. It's actually got the actual hinges on it. Pretty heavy duty looking case. It's not sealed. There's not an O-ring in here, which I don't see you wanting to have this outside, but if you do, it's not for very long. But like storing it, have it in your toolbox, because this case is definitely not waterproof. But yeah, pretty heavy duty case. I don't really have anything bad to say about this. I actually do like this torque wrench a lot, and I've also with the 3/8 digital torque wrench. The only thing I have bad to say about it is the handle. The handle's not very ergonomic. I think they could have went better with the handle, maybe putting like some type of like rubber grip, something like that, or making the handle a little bit more ergonomic. But for the price and the accuracy of this thing and the quality, can't complain too much. But that'll about do it for this video. But before I end it, I wanted to go over a company I just recently partnered with. It's Dubby. It's an energy drink supplement. They actually sent me a free canister. Now this is the Chef's Choice. It's a mystery flavor. It's got 30 servings in it. They have a lot more flavors than this. I think they've got like 15 different flavors. They just recently started back in 2021. So they're a fairly new company. I decided to give them a try. They sent me this free can of the 30 servings. It's like I said, it's a mystery flavor. And then with that, I went ahead and bought a starter kit. Now this comes with the cup and then 3 different flavors. The ones I got were blue raz, Japanese yuzu, and tiger's blood, I think it was, if I remember right. Yep, it was Tiger's Blood. I actually have it with me right now. So this is the single serving packets you get with the starter kit. It's about 18 bucks plus shipping. If you are interested in giving it a try, I would definitely go with the starter kit, just starting out, just to see if you like it or not, especially if you're into the energy supplements and stuff like that, or if you're drinking energy drinks. On their website, www.w.gg, they went over how much you spend on average on energy drinks compared to the 30 serving containers. And I even did the math. So I usually drink the Monsters, and at Sam's Club, you can get the Monster cans in a 24 pack. So there's 24 16-ounce cans, and it's about $42. Now, I did the math. These are $40. You get 30 servings. Now, I know this is just going off of Monsters, but this is just what I drink with the Monsters. I used to drink the Monsters. Now I drink this stuff, and I'm trying to give this a good try. So you get 30 servings with this. With the Monsters I usually get, you only get 24 16-ounce cans. Those are $42. Now, like I said, these are $40, and I've got a discount code for you, and you can use that discount code every time you order. It's 10% off. So if you use Tool Up 10 at checkout, you get 10% off your order every time. So what was $40 for 30 servings, now you get 10% off. Now, with just an example of what I was doing, for about $42 for 24 cans, 24 16-ounce cans. You get 6 more servings, plus it's a lot cheaper with that 10% off. But I thought I'd throw that in there. I hope you consider giving them a try. That'll about do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. I hope you consider subscribing. Till then, we'll see you on the next one.